Local Justice, presented by Elrod Law Firm, serving our community since 1980. Here's your host, attorney Ben Leader.
Welcome to another episode of Local Justice. On this show, we highlight the people who serve, protect, and strengthen our community. And today, I'm honored to welcome Deputy DeShaun Boyd of the Chester County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Boyd serves in the Directed Patrol Unit and is a canine handler with his partner, Loretta. He's also a United States Army veteran and a recipient of the South Carolina Sheriff's Association Medal of Valor for his actions back in 2021. Deputy Boyd has dedicated much of his life to service, first to our country and now to the citizens of Chester County. Deputy Boyd, thank you for being here and thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We appreciate your time this morning. We'd love to dive in and let the viewers just get to know you a little bit better and tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, and kind of what led you to your current role in Chester.
Like I said, my name is DeShaun Boyd. I appreciate y'all letting me on here. I grew up in Union, South Carolina, so probably about 30 minutes west of Chester. I'm in the Santuck area. I got into law enforcement in 2018, and most of that inspiration, I was in the South Carolina National Guard Army, and I was in the sniper section. And a few of those guys in my section were full-time patrolmen, whether it was in the city of Union or other agencies in South Carolina. So kind of being around those guys and the camaraderie, and they're just continuing to still serve their community locally and on the federal side with the military. I took a liking to it, and I said, how can I serve my country during the military and locally? So I appreciate Chester County answering my phone call.
Absolutely, and it seems like there's a lot of folks who start in the military and then kind of pique their interest, and that leads them to law enforcement. Was there did you always envision transitioning to law enforcement, or was it something that just kind of naturally happened?
It just naturally happened. I joined the Army when I was 18, mostly a family tradition, straight out of high school. And then once I turned 21, everybody wants to be a highway patrol or something like that when they're looking at getting into law enforcement. But different people that I knew in the military, you know, just hearing some of the stuff that they were involved in and how it impacted their community and made it a greater and safer place, I said, you know, I want to join that type of team as well.
Well, and thank you for your military service first and foremost. I believe you were deployed during your time in the military, is that
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. I was in Kuwait and in Iraq between 2019 and 2020.
Wow.
So I did 11 months in country, and then we ended up coming back.
Wow. And so now you're on the Directed Patrol Unit, is that right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means.
Our Directed Patrol Unit, that was something that Sheriff Dorsey wanted to start. Within our patrol division, it's basically a proactive, community-related group of individuals. Myself is a captain that's over it, a sergeant, and two other deputies, one including myself, and that deputy also has a K9. So we basically take inquiries of the citizens, complaints, different anonymous drug tips that may be traffic related. We do community events, going to schools, just basically giving an education statistic on what's the trends in the county, just relating to the people and what's your concerns in your area, in your neighborhood, and kind of taking care of those complaints and concerns that's going on around Chester County.
And just hearing the description of it, it kind of feels like y'all are a little bit of jack of all trades.
Yes,
that
sir.
You may be in the community with some grassroots, you know, relationship building, or you may be running through the woods with, you know, the dog in a high intense, you know,
Absolutely.
chase of some sort. So you get to do a little bit of it all.
Yes, sir.
And I know one of the most interesting things I think the viewers are going to find about you is your role as the K9 handler. Yes. You have a partner, Loretta. Tell us a little bit about Loretta and your role as the K9 handler.
I got K9 Loretta in October 2023, where we received her. She was donated to the Sheriff's Office by Miss Susan, and we still keep in contact. Great family. With the dog, me and her created a bond over time, and we train every week, as well as our other K9s as well. And then I also train with York County Sheriff's Office K9 unit. With the numerous experience and times in college they've had, I just try to pick their brains sometimes and learn what they have went through as well. But Loretta has been a good asset to this county, I believe, and to myself as well. She made me a better person, a better handler, and just respect of the K9 community altogether. She taught me a lot of stuff, and I couldn't want another dog that's better than her right about now.
That's really special relationship, a special bond,
Yes,
I'm sure. Tell us a little bit about just the training that goes into having a dog like Loretta actually prepared to perform when duty calls.
So the type of canine she's a bloodhound. I grew to love the hound breed in general. I got on the tracking team in 2018, so we're basically looking for any type of missing people or any criminal suspects as well. And they're trained to look for that human odor, that human scent. And the unique thing I think about hounds that stand out from any other canine, they're scent discriminated. So you can take something simple as a piece of garment that individual may have had on, whether it's the missing lady in your community that you're concerned about that needs to be found, or it's the bad guy that flees from a traffic stop or something like that. That dog can stay focused on that specific scent and go from point A to point B, and you locate your source from that point on.
That's fascinating. Well, I want to talk a lot more about Loretta here in this next segment. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. Thank you again for your time, and thank you to the viewers for tuning in. We'll be right back with more Local Justice with Deputy Boyd here shortly. After a car accident, everything feels overwhelming. Your injuries, your job, the insurance companies contacting you before you even understand what happened. And you deserve someone who knows how to navigate these situations. A law firm who has handled thousands of injury cases across our region. Elrod Pope has been helping injured people for more than 45 years. If you have been hurt, call Elrod Pope. We will help you get back on your feet.
We know the type. You like to start early, finish late, make lemon squares, and make payments to the college fund from anywhere in the house. We know you rely on Comporium for the things you rely on most, like a view of the backyard. That's just a bunny, and hundreds of channels to watch, whenever you want. So you may think of us as just your internet company, but we're more like the I didn't know they could do all that company. Comporium, always ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Being there for someone in their time of need is what Green Funeral Home has done compassionately for 4 generations. It's a privilege we take very seriously.
We believe each life should be honored and remembered by family and friends. Whether you choose traditional burial in our chapel or another venue, or cremation provided by our on-site crematory, we will help guide you through each step to ensure your needs are met.
We are also available to discuss pre-planning. Peace of mind that you have helped your loved one by making those difficult decisions.
When the need arises, our family is here for your family.
When a bank gets a new customer, they email a bunch of links and say good luck. But that's not us. A community banker sees this as a start of a new relationship, so we come to your office and bring a team of business specialists. Then we train your staff in all the tools they need to be successful. Bottom line, a community banker is in the trenches with your business every step of the way. I'm Catherine Faircloth, and I'd love to be your first community banker.
Live Strong at the YMCA is a lifesaver for so many people.
I love Live Strong because you meet so many people, you learn how strong you can be physically and mentally.
The camaraderie and the closeness that you feel and come together as a group is just amazing.
We meet them where they are and we work with them to help them get stronger.
At the YMCA of Upper Palmetto, we are proud to offer our community the support of the Live Strong program to all cancer survivors. For more information, visit your local branch.
Welcome back to Local Justice. I'm attorney Ben Leader with Elrod Pope Law Firm, and today I'm honored to have with us Deputy Boyd of the Chester County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Boyd, thank you again for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Love talking about Loretta and hearing a little bit more just about the relationship between the K-9 and the officers. Got a couple of questions that I'm just particularly curious about. Does Loretta live with you 24/7, or is it more of a on the clock? Okay.
She does live with me 24/7. She come everywhere I go, she's there. Even when I'm off, that's still a part of the agency. I have to take care of her. So we're always together in some form or fashion.
And I know that she's obviously got a lot of responsibility on her shoulders. Are there times where she just acts like a normal pet for you, or is it more of a business relationship?
Well, that just comes with the training. When she has her tracking harness on, she knows what it looks like. She's associated. That's my work jacket right there. When she puts that on, when that lead goes on her back, she knows, okay, now it's time to hunt for him. When she feels it goes on her collar, then she could just be a regular dog and just be happy-go-lucky at that point in time, you know.
Does she have any favorite toys, favorite treats?
Oh, she likes the begging strips. She likes that. That's her treat. She gets rewarded with that when she finds somebody. So that's her end goal is to get that back pocket treat that I normally keep with me at the end of the trail.
And I think, you know, some of the viewers probably are a little bit intimidated when they may see Loretta or other canines in public because they don't know, is she working? Am I allowed to kind of interact with her? You know, what would you say about, you know, is she able to kind of see visitors and have people pet her, or is it better to kind of keep distance?
Out of respect, if you ask, I much appreciate that, but she's very lovable and kids can, you know, play with her, stuff like that. The only thing about Miss Loretta is she's very protective over me, and I think it's a good thing. When she's inside of our work vehicle, that's her little bubble. If somebody gets close, she's going to bark and let me know, and that's just saying, hey, somebody's close by me. But once the door is open, she's just a regular dog, and you can love on her.
Had you had a lot of experience with dogs or pets before Loretta came into the picture? Or how did you end up in this role, kind of overseeing her?
Yes, with my family, they used to go hunting with hound dogs, you know, your blue ticks, your Russells, stuff like that, your walkers. So I grew up around dogs my whole life since I was a little boy, and my uncles and cousins going hunting. So the hound's always been in that circle of life for me. It just got enhanced when I joined the sheriff's office, and I see how you can still use this same breed, and then you ultimately accomplish a goal of capturing somebody or locating a missing person. So it's been around.
Absolutely. It almost seems like it's timeless too. No matter what technology is coming out there, there still isn't a substitute for the scent that a bloodhound can follow.
100%.
That's great. Well, I know you're a very humble guy and you don't talk about yourself a lot, but I do want to highlight something. In 2021, you were awarded the South Carolina Sheriff's Association Medal of Valor. That's a tremendous honor. Can you tell us a little bit about that incident that led to that award?
There was an incident that happened with two individuals, Adrian Simpson and Tyler Terry. Deputy that worked for us, she was on patrol, and we ended up getting a high-speed chase. Long story short, that ended up leading to a 7-day manhunt, and I can't take personal credit for it. You know, that was a whole shift effort, and I think that kind of brought us closer together as Delta shift going through that time. And we were pretty much all calm. I think we handled that situation pretty good, but he was involved in a lot of bad crimes within the state of South Carolina as well as Tennessee as well. So rest assured, the citizens of Chester County got to sleep better on the 8th day when that guy was captured. So that's a milestone I'll never forget, is starting out on the patrol side as well.
And so that was 7 straight days of being in the woods, basically?
Yes, sir.
Trying to track those 2 suspects down, which y'all successfully did.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Well, kudos to you and the entire team involved in that, and obviously a huge step towards keeping the community safe. I just want to say on behalf of the community, thank you for your service there and for your service, as I mentioned, in the military as well. I want to transition a little bit. We've talked about, you know, the high intensity, high pressure situations you've been a part of, but the badge you wear also has a whole nother side to it, which I know you're a big part of, which is community involvement and really being boots on the ground in the community and really enforcing trust, you know, amongst the citizens. Tell us a little bit about, you know, your thoughts and the Chester County Sheriff's Office thoughts in general on community involvement.
I think we came a long way. We're involved a good bit in the community, whether it's coffee with a cot, something simple as having coffee early in the morning. You know, you got your elderly community, they're not as able to get out sometimes, but you got stuff, they enjoy stuff like that. Different stuff with the kids going to the schools. You know, that's stuff that's going to get the community at ease when it comes to, can I approach that deputy, or who is this person? They know you by name, or they see your vehicle and they associate that type of rapport with whatever community you may be in the county. And that's just going to help things go smoother, because when it's time for us to lean on the community to help us out doing our job, you have that rapport, and they're giving us that rapport because they trust us at that point in time.
That's right. It's a win-win when that trust and relationships formed. It works both ways.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take another quick break from our sponsors, and then we'll wrap up our final segment here shortly. But thank you again for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you to the viewers. We'll be right back with more Local Justice with Deputy Boyd here shortly. I wish everyone came with a warning label, because if you could predict a car accident, you would probably stay home that day. But accidents are never planned, and the moments after are confusing. You don't need a warning label. You need a law firm who knows how to handle this. A law firm who has helped people in South Carolina through injury cases for decades. If you've been hurt, call Elrod Pope. We'll help you understand your options and get moving in the right direction.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
When a catastrophe hits, it can be a very stressful time for you. When you have trees on your house, when you have trees on your cars, and you don't know what to do, you call us.
We're not a 1-800 number, we're an 803 number. We've been in business for over 60 years because we take care of our clients. That means taking care of them during claim situations.
We're not 9 to 5, we're 24/7. We're gonna be there when you need us most. Gill Insurance, your local auto owner's agent. Understanding business is how we do business.
When it comes to prescription medications and health needs, Rock Hill residents have been turning to Good Pharmacy for over 50 years.
I've been coming to Good Pharmacy since we came to Rock Hill in 1984, and I would not change pharmacists for anything.
With their knowledgeable staff, you can always trust that your prescription will be filled with complete confidence and care for your health. Good Pharmacy, conveniently located at the corner of Ebenezer Road and Camden Avenue.
Founders Federal Credit Union means banking made for you. The on the go, the pick up and go, and the oh, I want to go. Because at Founders, we give you the financial tools that make every dollar work for you. For the little things to the big things. For your future and your peace of mind. We'll always stay grounded in our roots, but reaching beyond what you'd expect is where we'll always go. Find out what our members already know and enjoy a new way to bank. Relax, you're with Founders.
Hi, I'm John Warden with Champion Services. If you're considering remodeling or making repairs to your home due to storm damage, here's a few things to ponder. A lot of folks have come in town promising a lot of things about we've been here for a long period of time, only to be found faults. Choosing the right contractor is extremely important. Here at Champion Services, our goal is one thing, it's customer satisfaction. And that's just not a sentence, that's a fact. Let me say it's been a joy to serve you for over 30 years. This message is brought to you by Champion Services and CN2.
Welcome back to Local Justice. I'm attorney Ben Leader with Elrod Pope, and today I'm honored to have with us a very special guest, Deputy Boyd of the Chester County Sheriff's Office, who also oversees the K-9 Loretta over in Chester. And want to talk a little bit more about kind of how the process works. Let's say that there's an incident of some sort that results in criminal suspects fleeing. And you and Loretta, get called in to help. First of all, I'd love to hear, does she get excited when the vest comes out and she knows it's go time?
Yes, sir. Because the only thing she wants to do is run. So typically I get to the crime scene and I get her harness and it makes a jingle noise. So I jingle and I can hear her tail wagging in the kennel because she knows it's time to go to work. And that's the one bond thing. She knows that's going to make me happy if we find that person. So. And then I put the harness on her, she knows, okay, it's time to go to work. And I kind of give her a little pep talk and say, all right, get ready for him, girl. And then I get her out and I normally talk to the supervisor, whoever deputy on scene, and ask them what they have and was anything dropped, where have you been at? And I just use that general area and box that in. And I'll take her and cast her out in that area and we'll end up ultimately picking up that human trail because people release pheromones when you run from the police. So that is a very distinguished scent that dog picks up on. And that's what she's keying up on. And I said, okay, we got him right here. And from there, it's just trying to keep up with her.
And if, let's say somebody flees the scene of an accident, a car accident, for example, can you pick up like the scent from like a piece of clothing in their car or something that they may have had in their possession that they dropped, and that's all she really needs to get?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Depending on the type of article, it can be a set of car keys or anything like that that human scent is on, and ultimately, once she establishes on that, she's going to stay on that specific scent. And it could be multiple people that flee the vehicle, but that one scent, she's going to lock on that. So hopefully they stick together. If they don't, we ultimately found that one human scent that we're looking for. So it's still a mission accomplished.
And once she gets off to the races, is it hard to keep up with her sometimes?
Yeah, make sure you put a little grease on your shoulders because she's going through everything and pulling that lead, which is a good thing, That's why we have to stay in good shape and just be cautious of the environment that we're into, whether we're going through briars or stuff like that. Because one thing about it, if the suspect went through it, we going through it, it's going to show.
That's right. And dense woods,
yes, sir,
creeks, rivers,
in the valley,
thorns.
in the gully, wherever they go, you never know what a man will do when you don't want to go to jail. So
that's
it's
right.
our job to, just mentally prepare yourself to go through that type of terrain, whatever it may be. Because if he's going through it, what makes you think the dog ain't gonna go through it and do what she's supposed to do? So.
And I imagine a big piece of it for you too is protecting yourself and making sure you're safe out there, not really knowing what you're walking into, but
yes,
also
sir.
trying to make sure she stays safe, because I know there's been tragedies involving
yes,
canines
sir.
being the first in line to run into these suspects.
Absolutely.
And so is that a difficult piece of it when y'all finally do get to what we think is going to be the suspect hiding, trying to?
I will say one thing I like about K9 Loretta, when she gets close, she'll give me certain indicators where I know, hey, something's going on right here. So y'all tighten up, get ready, be looking for them. Those little signs that I can read off of her, I appreciate that from her, because that's going to keep me safe, and ultimately I can start reeling her back in and have my guys go ahead and start approaching that general area where she indicated on.
That's great. And how long does a dog like Loretta's typically stay in the line of duty and continuing to serve? And is there like a retirement phase for canines like that?
It depends on the dog, the motivation of the dog. Just like any person, how bad you want it and how bad you want to still do it. They can go 10 plus years. I think in my experience with other handlers, they've ran the same dog for 13 years. It just all depends on the drive of your dog.
That's great. And how many canines in total does the Chester County Sheriff's Office have now?
Our Sheriff's Office has 4 total. We have a male Malinois that is a multi-purpose dog. It is certified in apprehension, narcotic detection, and human tracking. We have a female. She's certified in all 3 things as well. She's a German Shepherd. And of course, K9 Loretta, she's a human scent training dog. And we have another hound. He's a male. He's also a human scent trailing dog as well. So we got a little mix of everything in Chester County. So whenever the phone rings, we got something to take care of the problem and give you a solution.
And as Chester County continues to grow and kind of explode in growth, I'm sure that the Sheriff's Office has to kind of keep up with that as well. And
yes, sir.
That probably means more canines down the line. Is Loretta the type that would help train another dog, or I imagine she's pretty territorial over you too?
They can, like hounds in general. If anybody's went hunting, you can run them in packs. So you can also take a pup, and you can have that pup kind of go out there with your seasoned dog and just kind of get acclimated with being out there. They can't, far as tracking. Now your other dogs that we have, that's more of a one-on-one bond with just handler and that dog. So, and different schools and stuff like that, that may be a little more rigorous training.
And what do you think you enjoy the most about your job and your role involving Loretta?
Well, one thing about when you're hunting for a human being, they got the same type of conscience in mind you do. So he or she is trying to outsmart you. That's the one thing when you're hunting for a person, they're thinking out there. So when you find them, you just beat somebody at a game they thought they can outsmart a 4-legged dog on. So that's a lot of joy to me. There's purposes for the narcotic dogs and stuff like that. You know, that's my saying. Get the dope off the street, stuff like that, that's good. But that human being being found, either a suspect or a missing person, it brings a lot of joy to me, and I love it to death.
And I imagine she gets her joy from seeing you have your joy after a successful mission like that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Our tail be wagging like a fan in the wind.
That's great. If you could leave kind of the people of Chester County with one message about public safety and about the Chester County Sheriff's Office and the good work y'all do, what would that be?
Chester County Sheriff's Office is dedicated to any and all citizens within our county. We do the best job that we can. We appreciate the taxpayers and the citizens allowing us to do this job. So just put faith and trust in us as we doing the same thing with the citizens in Chester County. And I appreciate our Sheriff Dorsey giving us that leeway and the tools and the assets to help us further do our job.
And I think it really boils down to people, and that all starts with culture. And it seems like y'all have a really good culture there. Y'all have got really good people working in the department, and folks like you help maintain that culture and that reputation. So thank you for all that you do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service in Chester, your past military service, and we're lucky to have an officer like you out there. And so appreciate you, and hope you and Loretta both stay safe out there. And we'll be thinking of you, and hopefully some of the viewers may recognize Loretta and come speak to her when the time's appropriate.
Right.
Yep. Well, thank you to the viewers out there for tuning in to another episode of Local Justice, and special thanks to Deputy Boyd and the Chester County Sheriff's Office for joining us again. We'll see you next time, and stay safe out there. So when a client first comes into our office, they're dealing with very painful injuries. They're trying to provide for their families at the same time. You can just see the sense of anxiety, the grief, the worry on their face as soon as they walk in the door. One of the first things we do is we try to alleviate that concern and take that weight off their shoulder and put it on our plate. We see people immediately leave here from the first consultation. I can already see a sense of relief because they know that they've got a team helping them now, and it's no longer just their problem.
What's up, Doc?
It's the 42nd Great Easter Egg Classic, Thursday, April 2nd.
It's free.
Cherry Park gates open at 2. The first of 10 egg-sighting runs starts at 3 p.m. with 30,000 eggs and 2,000 prizes.
And meet my friend Bo Bunny.
Presented by Rock Hill PRT, the YMCA of Upper Palmetto, and your favorite OTS media stations. Go to EasterEggClassic.com for all the details. The Great Easter Egg Classic,
where every bunny is a star.
We know the type. You like to start early, finish late, make lemon squares, and make payments to the college fund from anywhere in the house. We know you rely on Comporium for the things you rely on most, like a view of the backyard. That's just a bunny, and hundreds of channels to watch, whenever you want. So you may think of us as just your internet company, but we're more like the I didn't know they could do all that company. Comporium, always ready.
From my first watch I purchased as a teenager, which still runs today, to the diamond ring I surprised my wife with, which she still talks about today. A gift from Norman Hagee is as good as it gets. Whether it's elegant timepieces by Bulova, Caravel, and Bel Air, or ornamental ironwork-inspired Southern Gates collection, or dazzling fine jewelry. A gift from Hagee is backed by over 60 years of family-owned and operated experience. Norman Hagee Jewelers, for gifts as good as it gets.
Live Strong at the YMCA is a lifesaver for so many people.
I love Live Strong because you meet so many people, you learn how strong you can be physically and mentally.
The camaraderie and the closeness that you feel and come together as a group is just amazing.
We meet them where they are, and we work with them to help them get stronger.
At the YMCA of Upper Palmetto, we are proud to offer our community the support of the Live Strong program to all cancer survivors. For more information, visit your local branch.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.